From below towering mountains and along great rivers, the flow of history reveals great historical cities and their cultural legacies. Wave upon wave, the Yangtze River flows east. This verse is taken from the Chinese classic, Romance of the Three Kingdoms, written by the Ming Dynasty scholar Yang Shen. Once a top-ranking scholar, Yang Shen spent nearly 30 years living in exile in China's southwestern Yunnan. When he left the capital in quiet despair, bound for the remote frontier, he could never have imagined that a small city would ease the pain of his fall from grace. He visited this place more than once, leaving behind verses that still resonate today. A lone city embraced by water, shrouded in shifting mist. A monk leans on his staff, returning beyond the mountains. The place that captured his heart was Weishan. Weishan ancient city lies in Yunnan's Dalibai Autonomous Prefecture, which forms part of a flat basin in the region where the Yunnan Guizhou Plateau meets the Hengduan Mountains. The ancient city takes its name from Weibao Mountain. Historically, Weishan sat along a crucial section of the ancient Teahorse Road. From here, caravans would head east to Kunming, west to Tengchong, south to Pu'er and Jinghong, or north to Dali and Lijiang, eventually reaching the Tibetan area. The convergence of these routes made Weishan a vital crossroads. As early as 109 BC, Emperor Wu of the Han Dynasty established Jielong County here, marking the expansion of imperial rule into the region. The Weishan we see today was built in the early Ming Dynasty. During more than 6 centuries of change and hardship, it has remained a cherished home, faithfully protected by generations of locals.
这是我们王氏梅中历代的祖公单，这是我爷爷在1947年写的。上面记载着，就是我们家来到微山，到我这一代是18代，算上我儿子的话是19代人，也就是说，我们王家至少有19代人生活在微山。
In the early Ming era, the imperial court established the Menghua Prefecture in Weishan. This brought a large influx of Han settlers from the Central Plains, who brought with them their culture. Wang Zisheng's forebear was a Confucian lecturer appointed here by the central government in 1465. In the Ming education system, Confucian lecturers were grassroots civil servants. More than 4,200 such lecturers were stationed across prefectures, sub-prefectures, counties, and garrisons throughout the empire. Wang's ancestor may well have been among those entrusted with the task of nurturing minds. With the reach of Confucian academies extending to Weishan, education and cultural values began to shape local customs and transform the fabric of society. 10 years ago, Wang Zisheng was running a business elsewhere. He decided to return to Weishan, where he and his wife now run a cafe.
我在外面打拼的时候，总觉得就是城市生活节奏太快，总觉得有一个声音在呼唤，就一个人嘛，不论你走的世界有多远，有多辽阔，你总是想回到一个地方。我就回到微山来，回到微山来以后，每天看着我母亲在打扫这个院子，约几个朋友来喝喝茶，聊聊天，这个是很幸福的一件事情。这才是真正属于微山人的生活方式。
In the Ming and Qing dynasties, waves of migrants brought architectural traditions from the Central Plains. Timber-framed structures, sloping roofs with gray tiles, and layouts of 4 side rooms with 5 courtyards and 3 rooms with 1 screen gave Weishan's homes the distinctive order and solidity of China's classic courtyard design.
白斗茶就叫斗玉白下，叫白斗茶，也叫白穗茶。
Though relatively small, Weishan was shaped by collaborations between Central Plains migrants and the indigenous communities. As such, it has always been a place of cultural openness. The Wang family's courtyard remains open to visitors year-round.
父辈告诉我，就是说把门关起来，就会把心锁住；把这门敞开以后，就是你的内心是没有防备，坦荡的去处事。微山的包容能容得下瓦缝中的每一棵小草。
Weishan's cultural roots have endured for centuries. Today, it is home to more than 20 ethnic groups, including the Han, Yi, and Hui, all living in a spirit of openness. With quiet generosity, it also welcomes travelers from every corner of the land. Zhao Zhongshu has spent nearly 4 decades working in the preservation of historic cities, with first-hand experience in almost every major cultural town and city across China. Weishan has left a lasting impression.
微山古城虽然是方正的棋盘状布局，但是城门城墙是歪的，它的街道呢是斜的。有人开玩笑说，这不是歪门邪道吗？其实呢，歪有它歪的道理，斜呢有它实际的智慧。我身后的位置是兴拱楼，是这个古城的中心位置，我们从中可以找到答案。
Xinggong Tower was built in the early Ming dynasty and has stood for more than 630 years. It sits at the intersection of the 4 main streets in Weishan, making it an iconic landmark. Standing 17 meters tall, the tower features a wooden pavilion and a solid brick and stone base. Its flying eaves are supported by wooden brackets, connected through traditional mortise and tenon joinery. This structure offers natural earthquake resistance, allowing the building to sway safely within limits. Beneath the flying eaves are 4 plaques facing east, west, south, and north. Weishan's builders skillfully framed the surrounding mountains and rivers within the sightlines of the city. This created a harmonious vision where the city and landscape blend into each other.
东面呢是瑞爱华峰，华峰呢指的是文华山。我们这座古城呢跟文华山的山脉是平行走向的，有利于建筑基底的形成。我们南边的牌匾叫魏霞雍鹤，魏呢指的是我们南边的魏宝山，盛产松木。这个松木呢是当地建筑常用的一个材料，有利于古城的建设。北边的牌匾叫苍影盘龙，苍就是北边的苍山，像一条盘龙一样。冬天由于海拔也高呢，是比较寒冷，所以呢，倾斜的街道有利于化解北风直吹对居民生活造成的影响。
The western plaque is a poetic reference to the Yanggua River, which flows gently from north to south. Along its course, it links one village after another, like fruits along a vine. Its waters have long supported irrigation, making this basin between the mountains a naturally fertile grain-producing region. The ancients chose to build at the southeastern edge of this flat basin. They avoided the fertile center that preserved precious farmland while taking advantage of the natural terrain.
南北东西的城楼都是直线对照，它就形成一个方方正正的印。你离开了重要参照物的视点的角度，我们就会感觉到它是斜的。微山古城吸纳地方山水，因地就势，营造过程呢，体现了对自然的尊重。
Nanzhao Ancient Street Quarter stretches for about 2,000 meters, with 25 streets and 18 lanes. Together, they preserve much of the layout and architectural charm of the Ming and Qing eras. As a key hub along the ancient Teahorse Road, Weishan once bustled with trade. Horses from the Tibetan area and tea from Sichuan and Yunnan passed through its streets, along with mountain goods, textiles, and silverware. Homes in the Nanzhao ancient street quarter were designed with a distinct layout: shops in the front, living quarters at the back. The storefronts buzzed with business, while the rear courtyards offered quiet, comfortable living spaces. This modest tea house in the Nanzhao ancient street quarter bursts into life every afternoon. Many of its patrons have been regulars for more than 20 years. They gather to chat about everything from daily life to tall tales of past and present. The business has become an important social hub. Weishan was deeply influenced by Central Plains culture and flourished as a cradle of scholarship in the Ming and Qing eras. The city produced 23 top-level scholars and 816 successful civil and military exam candidates. Along its central axis stand arches built to honor those who brought glory to Weishan through academic and official achievement. Handwritten or engraved couplets in traditional calligraphy can be found everywhere in the Nanzhao ancient street quarter. A cup of spring dew bids the guest to linger. Spring dew refers to the tender tea leaves picked in early spring, making it clear that this is a store dealing in tea. The couplet outside this barbershop reads, "Handling the top affairs under heaven, trimming countless strands of black hair." Li Meng's book house has been a fixture for more than 40 years. Its owner Li Meng, now in his late 80s, has devoted most of his life to the art of calligraphy. Through ink and brush, he has forged countless friendships, including many with young calligraphy enthusiasts.
爷爷你好，还记得我吗？对对对，我给他写字。
Though his hearing has faded, his brush remains steady. He now communicates with visitors through writing.
他说他最近因为老了，身体不是特别好，然后我就祝他保重，要长寿。我们一起合作“烟火微山”这4个字，然后让爷爷写烟火，我写微山。他动作特别熟练，看看这个纸。
From couplets to family letters to obituary notices, Li Meng's is a profession rarely seen today. In this remote area, he has upheld the art of writing as a livelihood. Calligraphy values texture, and so does a city. Many of Weishan's ancient streets and alleys have withstood the passage of time, preserving the look and feel of centuries past.
这是蹲街，
对，这根蹲街，
那个不用晃，
这根要锯到这儿。
这个
这个楼楞它也太细了点儿，人上去以后有点闪。
Fan Bin has worked in the local Cultural Heritage Administration for 26 years. She knows better than anyone that ancient buildings can be as fragile as they are beautiful. The Nanzhao Town Historic Architecture Complex was originally built in the Ming era, but much of the complex was destroyed in wartime and was rebuilt during the Qing dynasty. These buildings embody Weishan's legacy as a land of literature and culture, blending ancestral traditions, Guildhall heritage, and the refined architectural style of the Qing. The restoration work here is carried out with the utmost care and precision.
那这块裙板呢，中间的这一块呢是坏了，那我们对它进行了一个补配。维修之前呢，因为糟腐它通了一个洞，我们就仅仅只替换了 它坏掉的这一部分，这个图案是完全按照之前的这个对称，用传统工艺雕刻补配出来的。
By combining new pine wood with traditional hand carving techniques, only the rotten central section was replaced. This not only eliminated structural risk, but also preserved the original pattern to the greatest extent possible. The roof tiles of the central hall in the Jade Emperor Temple are among the most valuable and distinctive features of the entire complex.
这个瓦呢，总共有5000多片，每一片瓦上都会有一幅画，那么这个就要重复5000次，极其的耗时耗力，非常的珍贵。为了保证原来的位置呢，我们对它进行了编号，游客进来根本就看不到维修的痕迹。
For delicate components, the restoration followed a principle of minimal intervention, only cleaning and re-adhering them, then placing each one back exactly where it belonged. Staying true to the idea of preserving the original state of cultural relics, Weishan has managed to largely retain its ancient architecture. What kind of city the ancients left us is the kind of city we'll pass on to future generations. This is the spirit and conviction held by the people of Weishan. Nanzhao Museum houses more than 50 fragmented Buddhist stone sculptures, along with a large collection of architectural components. Square bricks, eave tiles, and drip tiles closely resemble those unearthed from the Tang dynasty. Some of the Buddhist figure designs also trace to the Central Plains. Together, these artifacts offer compelling evidence that Han culture had already reached Weishan more than 1,000 years ago. Nanzhao was an ancient ethnic kingdom that rose to prominence in the Yunnan region during the 8th century. According to historical records, Weishan was the birthplace of this kingdom. It was here that Shi Nuluo, leader of the Yi people's Wuman tribe, emerged before playing a key role in unifying the region and safeguarding the territorial integrity and social stability of China's southwestern frontier. Longyutu Mountain City, the earliest known capital of the Nanzhao Kingdom, now survives only as ruins. But deep in the mountains, about 40 kilometers north of Weishan, traces of this mysterious kingdom linger. The name Zhuomulang translates as men who carve wood. In this village, woodworking was once a common skill among men, but today it's the women's traditional attire that draws the most attention.
我们村里的女人至少都有一套这样的衣服，女孩子一出生，妈妈就开始动手绣花了，或者从奶奶那一辈就开始做了，一直到出嫁的时候才能够完成。
With each stitch sewn by hand, a full wedding outfit like this usually takes nearly 20 years to complete. According to legend, red and green were the primary colors of royal attire during the Nanzhao era. The peony motif symbolizes nobility, while the towering hairstyle and the felt drape adorned with silver ornaments cascading down the back all contribute to the elegance and grandeur of Zhuomulang women's attire.
我们年轻一辈的会偏红一点，然后中年的话颜色会慢慢的偏淡一点，然后到老年的话就会非常暗的颜色，比如说蓝色这种。因为传说我们是南诏皇室的后裔嘛，服装会比较鲜艳华丽一点。
Perhaps some Nanzhao royals retreated into these remote mountains and made this place their home. Some say the elaborate garments worn daily by the village's women are exactly like the Nanzhao royal attire. These enduring legends inevitably stir the imagination, calling to mind the long-vanished kingdom of Nanzhao. Today, Weishan welcomes visitors from all corners of China, many of whom stroll through its ancient streets seeking to satisfy their taste buds. Corn cakes reflect the flour-based traditions of the north, while rice cakes, more common in the southeast, are given a local twist by blending in green bean flour, creating a snack with a flavor all its own. When it comes to breakfast in Weishan, most locals will tell you that the dish known as one single noodle is a must. This single, unbroken noodle twists and dances through the chef's hands with effortless grace.
您这一盘面能盛出来多少碗？60多碗，一碗面有差不多4米多，最强的时候有1704米。
Why is this small border county in southwestern Yunnan able to blend northern and southern Chinese flavors so seamlessly and so deliciously? The answer lies in its history of feeding one distinct group of travelers, the muleteers. About 20 kilometers from Weishan is a large livestock trading hub. A small market is held every 5 days and a larger one every 10 days. Once a bustling mule and horse fair on the ancient Teahorse road, this market has survived for more than a century.
你这马，老板多少钱
13000。
13000高了吗？
这么高，没拖没用没骑。
11680，你行的话就成交。
不行，
就成交了，我给你扫钱。
那1800要了就。
可以。这个马是云南的滇马，特点就是它微睡老实，它的体型壮，个子不太高，太高了的话我们干活用不了。我们山区那边嘛。 没有通公路的地方，那么必须用马。那个秋收的时候，包谷啊，还有玉米、稻谷啊这些山路不通的地方呢，我们就用它驮，就是300-400斤可以驮。
In the book The Travels of Marco Polo, it's written, "The highlands of Yunnan and Guangxi produce strong horses. They are small in stature but sturdy, exported as far as India." They not only served as the primary means of transport along the ancient Teahorse road, but also were valuable trade goods. Along the stretch of the ancient Teahorse road between Weishan and Dali lies a village where traces of the horse caravans can still be seen. Locals fondly call it the village built on horseback. Pot chief is the title once used for the leaders of caravans. In the past, the pot chiefs of Donglianhua village led their trading teams across the southwest, with some even venturing as far as Southeast Asia. Through their journeys, they built considerable private wealth. Today, the grand courtyard homes they left behind still stand.
三方一皱鼻的三坊是三方房子组合起来，那么4和5天井是4方房子组合起来，这里呢就一共是7方房子了。那么中间的这一方是上院也需要它，下院也需要它，所以总共的房子是6坊，俗称六合同春。
This corner tower is the most distinctive feature of the Ma family mansion. Only senior pot chiefs would build such corner towers with flying eaves. The narrow slits built into the walls of the corner tower, each just wide enough to fit a single finger, were a deliberate design.
这里是明窗， 我们的赶马人的待客之道是先礼后兵。如果有人来了，这里的交谈，如果来者不善，比如说是土匪，欢迎他们的在里面。这里就是暗卡，如果来者不善的话，这里就可以布置武器对付他们。
The corridor design of the Ma family mansion is remarkably user-friendly. No matter the wind or rain, one can reach any room without needing an umbrella or a hat.
马如济这个马骨头，在建盖自己的家宅的时候，他就给建筑师说了，他的房屋建起来以后要有一个走廊。那么2楼的这个走廊呢要多宽，他没有说。这个木匠师傅也是挺聪明的，跑到马棚，把这个最大的垛子量一量，最小的垛子量一量，然后取了中间值，走成了这一个楼道的宽度。
That's an intriguing example of how caravan culture left its mark on local residential architecture. The sound of hoofbeats fades into the distance, but the homes left by the pot chiefs remain, carrying forward the bold, distinctive architectural style of Western Yunnan. The muleteers once braved towering peaks and dense forests, undaunted by cliffs or ravines. Over the long arc of time, the winding and rugged Teahorse road traced the very footsteps of civilization. At the entrance of Yuehua Street in Weishan stands the commemorative Chunli Arch, literally meaning the arch of collective effort. With the rise of automobiles and modern highways in the 20th century, the ancient Teahorse road gradually fell into disuse. As Weishan's role as a transportation hub faded, the city's glory began to dim. The locals urgently needed a road that could meet the demands of a new era. In 1951, workers from Weishan, who had helped build the Yunnan-Shizang highway, returned home. Rallying their fellow townspeople, more than 10,000 locals came together and in just 48 days built the first modern highway in Weishan. The roadbed required tons of crushed stone, and every piece was carried by hand or hoisted on the shoulders of the people of Weishan. To honor the spirit of solidarity among all ethnic groups who came together to build the road, locals constructed Chunli Arch. A local school was also renamed Chunli Primary School, serving as a lasting reminder of those days. In the past, it took horse caravans 1 or 2 days to travel from Weishan to Dali. After the first highway was completed, that journey was reduced to just over 3 hours by car. Today, high-speed trains between Dali and Linzang race through Weishan. In early 2024, the opening of the Dali-Nanjian Expressway brought Weishan firmly into Dali's 30-minute commuter circle. Weishan, once a thriving stop along the ancient Teahorse road, has stepped into a new chapter, driven by the ease of modern transportation. Yet through all the changes, what endures is its quiet grace, open heart, and timeless, unpolished beauty.